BAABA MAAL has been blessed with one of the finest, most distinctive voices in Africa and has been one of the key figures to have popularised African music far beyond the continent. He moves constantly between two very different worlds, playing in international concert halls and out in the little towns and villages of West Africa.
Foutah, minoti, laila, ilala, alarena nen lenyol men gol, laila, laila, ilala, andaji laila, minoti, laila, ilala, alarena nam sayla dambe, laila, ilala, laila.
You know, I'm a fisherman, and for fishermen, the water is a source of life, of joy, of meditation, and then inspiration to write songs. I come oftenly in this place to write my song. For example, the song Jamajengi. The meaning of the song is two people. It can be two friends, it can be a guy and his girlfriend, to just sit down in the middle of the night to hear the sound of the sea and to talk about the important things of the life. I'm not someone who's who really like to talk a lot with people. It's not because I don't want to talk, but it's very difficult for me to talk. It's more easier for me when I want to say things, to say it with the song. I feel much better comfortable to contract a lot of things in a song and to say it. It's more powerful and it's more my right way of communicating.
BAABA MAAL's musical communication has involved collaboration with the guitarist Carlos Santana. And he's performed for the great South African leader and music fan Nelson Mandela.
Artists reach areas far beyond the reach of politicians. Art, especially entertainment, music, is understood by everybody, and it lifts the spirits and the morale of those who hear it.
Bakal
After the show, Mandela asked the musicians for a favour.
But I thought perhaps, you know, you could send us away with a very lovely song. Yeah?
Only one man knew how to reply.
No guitars, no
BAABA MAAL was born and still lives up in northern Senegal near the Sahara Desert, in the small ancient town of Podor, for centuries a meeting place for different African cultures.
This is why you see all the West African names in here, talking about all the ethnic groups in West Africa. And you can understand with this fact the meeting of different kind of cultures, different type of music, of instruments of music. At the north is Mauritania, and people used to go from the Maghreb to come here and to buy salt or to buy other things from the black communities. And Podor was the first step. It was like an oasis when you cross the desert. It was very interesting for me to grow up here because I was young, very curious. I was touching music a little bit, singing, discovering West African music. And it was like a big conservatory for me because I can go from an area to another area, a neighbor to another neighbor, to listen to different types of music. I know very well this mosque because this is where my father used to come in the morning or in the afternoon to call people to come to pray. And I remember that a lot of people couldn't wait to hear his voice. And that's my chance because he gave me his spirituality. And at the same time also he gave me that love of to hear your voice loud singing to a lot of people. And because when he was singing, he knew that the microphone gonna spread his voice all over these places, and people can hear his voice so well from everywhere in this city. And I was dreaming, when I was young, I was dreaming saying to myself, one day I'm going to be a singer like my dad.
He achieved far more and became the first international superstar of the Fulani people, singing in the local language Pula.
Vraiment son chanson parce qu'il est très gentil avec les provinces et il chante très bien.
Moi, ce que je préfère dans ces chansons, il parle en tout cas. En pulaar. Il parle en pulaar. Et que nous sommes des pulaars. Et nous sommes des pulaars. C'est ça que nous aimons très bien, ces chansons.
So this is the street of Podor, you know, and we're going to go to my family house. This is where I was born, I grew up, and you're going to see my whole family. My mom is not living anymore, but you can see my aunt, my brothers, my sisters, my nephews, my niece, everyone from the family lives here, except the one who are outside of the continent, in France, in England. my brothers and sisters. Na ngeen def waay yaa ma rek ay ma ngeen def ak coono ñu ngi fa ça va sant yàlla de kon naa dama xel So this is my aunt. All the people you see are related to me in the family. She's my sister. That's the wife of my brother. And my other brothers and nephews, everyone from the family is here. This is the place I started singing. I was a young boy here, going to school, coming back, but I did like to sing, and to every kind of ceremony that happened here at the corner of the street, I go and I sing and dance. People just say it's just because he's young. They never expected that I'm gonna take it like a profession, like a work to do seriously in the future.
It was here that he first planned to bring the local Fulani music to a far wider audience and to explore the links between African and Western styles.
I was listening to the radios, and I was hearing a lot of music coming from America, from Europe, and maybe from other countries in Africa, but not so much the music for the Fulanis, from the Fulanis that I know and I really like. And at the same time, I see a lot of connection between the things that I know when I was young and the things I was hearing at the radio, like blues, like jazz music, like reggae music, like and Cuban music. And I say I have to do something. I'm a singer.
Now he rehearses his band at home, just a few hundred yards from where he was born.
This is the river Senegal, and this river is very important for the people in this community because the rhythm of the life of people in here was determined by the river. And a lot of people who live near the river come from the fisherman caste. I am a fisherman. This is why I really appreciate to be here and to contemplate this environment. But at the same time, it's very spiritual. It's very spiritual because we know that a lot of songs, just a cappella songs, who belong to this fisherman group.
Coming from a fisherman's family, BAABA MAAL was not supposed to become a professional musician. This was the role of the griots, the traditional hereditary musicians and historians of West Africa. Today they praise BAABA MAAL. But it was very different when he first started out.
The oldest griot was mad. I'm saying they was mad, but at the same time, it was a kind of admiration because, like I say, I have a very nice voice. I went to the conservatory. I was doing something that was helping the community to have their music at the radio or at the TV, or the music can travel and say, this Fulani's music. Everyone from the Fulani's social things was respecting that. But at the same time, to some of the griots was saying, oh, he's taking our music and he's using it, and even they calling him the king of Yella, and Yella is our music.
This is the man who changed BAABA MAAL's life and won over the griots. Mansour Sek, himself a blind griot, taught BAABA MAAL to play guitar and encouraged him to become a musician.
Mansour was the key of the doors to the griot's family's houses, because he's a griot himself. So I did have the excuse from the griots since I was with Mansour. And I think I really appreciate that he gave me an opportunity that even himself he can't calculate how big it is in the impact of my music.
The two friends started working and then traveling together.
Because I'm a nomad, people know that nomad person, they like to travel. Even they here, they like to travel, discover other things, and to incorporate it in their life.
With Mansour, BAABA MAAL set off on a lengthy quest to study the music of Senegal and the neighboring states and to meet the people.
We start first to travel here, all along the river with Mansour Sek, go from village to village, met the historians, met the musicians or the elders, talk to them about their villages, the song we was hearing, listening there, when they was created, for what reason they create these songs.
Nous avons voyagé tout simplement parce que on était jeunes d'abord, on était des artistes et on aimait voyager pour faire des recherches. Pour faire beaucoup de recherches sur différentes cultures. On était des aventuriers, si tu veux. Des aventuriers parce que c'était un plaisir pour nous d'aller de village en village, mais aussi, quand même, on apprenait quelque chose chez les gens qui nous a beaucoup servi aujourd'hui.
It's not just a musical friendship, it's because we are really friends. So between friends, anything can happen, and people have to understand it. They respect the friendship first, and the friendship allowed me to be able to go into the griot music. And the friendship also allowed Mansour to go a little bit off his way of being just a griot, staying here, going to the houses, doing ceremonies. He was able to perform, to travel with me and to make shows. That was not usual for the griots also. So I give him something, he gave me something based on our friendship, and we really did get very strong together.
In my hometown, Podor, at the north of Senegal, near the river Senegal, after dinner, my grandma used just to sit down and to relax. And all night long, my grandma was telling us a lot of stories talking about our country, the great kings, where we come from. But all the way through the stories, she used to sing also a lot of little sweet songs. I catch one of them, one of my favorites, Kawane Mayo, and I want to share it today with my best friend in the world, Mansour Seck on my right on the stage.
Thank you.
Kawane Mayo, Kawane Mayo,
Kawane Mayo, Kawane Mayo, Kawane Mayo, Garendo Deka.
Gabi Leila dia diebe, Wando gidam goni dachimi jewa.
Kawane Mayo, Kawane Mayo, Kawane Mayo, Garendo Deka.
Betambi pere, boroni pere. Edamu sani mi becam ngabaki. Jomayo, Jomayo, Tinaronda.
Baba Maal's friendship with Mansour Seck changed the griot's life too. For now, he became a key member of Baba's band, Dandilinol, the voice of the people. It's a band that mixes both Western and African instruments.
You say that you are an African musician, you have to know all these ways of the music. You have to understand also the instruments, what instrument and what instruments you have to put together. You can't take the talking drum when you're saying something serious that go to the older people, just start like talking. It's like you're inviting to dance.
You know, in Senegal, we call this instrument tama, tama, but everywhere in the world, you can call it talking drum because it's really talking, that little talking drum, you know. Masamba, you want to speak with me, my brother? Yeah, let's try. Try to repeat like a parrot everything I say.
No problem, inshallah.
Okay, let's do it in English today, not in Fulani, not in Wolof. Ay, yellow, yellow, yellow. Oh, Masamba, you can do it. Come on, man. I'm sure you can do it. Ay, yellow, yellow, yellow. African party yellow. If you want to be free, yellow. Come to my party, yellow. Come and dancing, sing yellow. Come the night away, yellow. Masamba, 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 masamba. Come and take it all the way. Come and take it all the way. Come and take it all the way.
The kora first is one of the most beautiful instruments. You see a kora player, you look at the kora, it's so beautiful to see, especially in the night when the moon is shining and make the light over the kora. When you are from West Africa, you see that in one moment in your mind, you see all the kingdoms that was there and all the music that really go with the time they was living there. In 1 moment, 1 second to see it. You can travel in the past with the kora. And I think it's one of the best of the classical African music.
Chérie, chérie, oh. Chérie, Pama, Arapa, Menaduna, chérie, 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 oh. Chérie. Sayyidina Muhammad Rasulullah gele koy na muti gele ngomi kuralla gili mbada koy mayo won wi be gili ko sardingue. L'amour est un jardin, jardin au soleil. Ndo sabange mamin koy miro sabange.
Along with Baaba Maal's fame as a musician has come a very African responsibility.
An African artist, especially a singer, who get the chance to be famous in Africa, should be someone who educates. The attention of people are focused on you, especially on your words, what you're saying. You can educate people and teach them their history, because you learn by the position of being musicians, make you travel, make a lot of people talking to you, giving you information about the past, about the history. You can share this information with people with your song. And at the same time, anything that happens in the society, people want to know what's your reaction, what's your advice you're giving to them, what they should do.
Notre frère a décidé de mettre son talent et son énergie au service de la jeunesse du monde entier, et notamment au service de la jeunesse africaine, afin de sensibiliser cette jeunesse au danger du sida et pour lutter contre la pauvreté. J'ai le grand plaisir et le grand honneur de me nommer comme émissaire du programme des Nations Unies pour le développement pour toute la jeunesse à travers le monde.
Hi everybody. How you feeling today, South Africa? I'm very honored to be here to face this great man, Nelson Mandela. I get the opportunity to sing in front of him in London. And now I want, like an African, to call the attention of people to think about one generation which, if you don't take care of them, they're going to be far away behind. Who are they? The young girl and young boys who become orphan because they lose their dad and mom because of HIV/AIDS. If you don't do nothing, one day they're going to be into trouble because they're going to face poverty, the lack of education. They're going to be into drugs and violence and come back in HIV/AIDS. If we want to help this continent, to help the world, we have to take care of them. This is why I'm singing this song, Bayo, for these young boys and girls all over the world.
Allah watam fondo kange Mariama bidiwa mi joroy lady amen sare doira Allah rokam ko jennomi yehe jude balde malede kame arsugaje bidiwa mi joroy lady amen sare doira bidiwa mi joroy lady amen sare doira kono jammano wadino jamia faransé Bradaba pinnal, bradaba gandal, kolele. Téléphone de sonano dami Sénégal, eledi yo. Engarto men Dakar taw minenam, oye. Bayo, bayo, bayo. Bayo, 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 bayo. Nene yo, nene yo, nene yo, nenam, nene yo, bayo. Baba yo, baba yo, baba yo, baba yo, be.
Away from the high-profile international events, BAABA MAAL heads back to the towns and villages of West Africa.
We're going to Mauritania, and I have never been to this town before, but they say it's a very interesting town. All these concerts are for associations of women or associations of development of their village or their city. So the money they get, they put it into projects. It can be a project for a school, it can be for something else.
Gambia, Mayo Casamanta, touch me, Pami, Joliba, Nabumi, Pami Martina, Jomna in the Navy, Elira, Di Martina. Prasalmino, Kale, Amadu, Ampatempa.
People live in the both sides of the river. You know, it's the colonialism, it's the French people who just put that border between them, and they say the river is the border. But in the past, it's just one community.
Just before midnight, he reaches the Senegal River, the border with Mauritania. There's no frontier post, no customs, only a canoe to take him to the fans waiting on the far side. Suddenly, riders on white horses appear alongside the car.
Ah,
BAABA MAAL is led through the crowds to be greeted by a marabout, the local priest, and, of course, the griots. At last, he reaches the Mauritanian town of Selibabi, and the concert can start. It was all very different to easygoing Senegal. The Mauritanian authorities don't allow all-night concerts, and armed police patrol the excited crowd. At 3 in the morning, the police moved in to abruptly stop the show. The crowd instantly dispersed. It had been a great night for Selibabi, but BAABA MAAL would like to have kept singing until dawn, as he often does. He left to prepare for a major concert in Europe. His wildly varied career moves on.
Baba baidi yo, baidi baba ye. Gidalam kometuma, aha konangoma. Gidalam kometuma, sombeda wavi mi waluma. Dala kometuma, aha konangoma. Dala kometuma.